Success is not a matter of luck. It is not something reserved for the chosen few, or the privileged, or the extraordinary. Success is the natural result of acting in accordance with certain timeless principles, principles that have never failed and never will. You see, the person you desire to become already exists within you. You wouldn't have the dream unless you also had the ability to make it real. That desire, the hunger for greatness, it is not random. It is the signal. It is the call. And those who answer the call, who commit themselves fully, without hesitation or excuse, they are the ones who find what we call success. But make no mistake, success demands a price. And that price is discipline, focus, persistence. It is the willingness to do the difficult things long after the feeling of motivation has faded. It is the refusal to quit, even when no one is watching, even when the rewards seem distant. Success does not come to the one who merely wishes for it. It comes to the one who works for it, day after day, without applause, without shortcuts, and often without rest. It comes to the one who is willing to pay the price in full, up front. Most people will never pay it. Most will complain, blame, and wait. But you wouldn't be listening to this if you were like most people. You are not here to be average. You are not here to settle for a life of quiet desperation. You are here because something in you knows that more is possible, and that you are capable of achieving it. If you truly desire success more than comfort, more than distraction, more than the praise of others, then start today. Decide who you will become. Define it, write it down, and begin to act like that person now. Not someday, not later, now. Success belongs to the one who becomes the person worthy of it. Not the one who waits, but the one who prepares. Not the one who complains, but the one who creates. And it begins the moment you say, I will not be denied. The world makes way for the person who knows where they are going. So go boldly, stay hungry, pay the price, and you will find that success, real success, was never outside of you. It was waiting for you to rise. Every one of us, whether we admit it or not, wants to be successful. We want to do something meaningful. We want to look back at our lives and know that we made them count. But there's a secret most people never come to understand. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by the person you become. You don't need to wish for success. You don't need to hope that one day it will fall into your lap. You only need to understand this. If you can hold the vision in your mind, and you're willing to pay the price, nothing can stop you. The problem is, most people aren't willing to pay that price. They want the result, but not the effort. They want the spotlight, but not the sacrifice. They want success, but they don't want to sweat for it. But you're different. If you're still listening, it means there's a part of you that wants success more than you want air. And let me tell you something. That hunger is a gift. That desire, when honored with discipline and direction, will carry you further than any amount of talent ever could. Success does not respond to wishful thinking. It responds to clarity, to persistence. It responds to the man or woman who gets up early, works while others sleep, stays late when others quit. Not once, not twice, every single day. The great secret is that success is earned in inches, not miles. It's found in those small, unseen efforts you repeat over and over again when no one is watching. You don't need to take giant leaps every day, but you do need to take a step, and then another, until the version of yourself you've only imagined becomes real, becomes natural, becomes you. Don't be discouraged if the road feels long. It's supposed to. If greatness were easy, everyone would have it. But you weren't born for easy. You were born for growth. You were born to lead, to build, to create, to rise. So ask yourself this: what am I willing to give up, to go up? Am I willing to sacrifice comfort for conviction? Am I willing to trade distraction for discipline? Am I willing to stand alone, if it means standing for something? Success comes to the one who says, no more excuses, no more waiting, no more wishing. From this day forward, I act as if the dream is already mine. The world steps aside for the one who knows where they're going, and if you keep going, if you don't quit, success will meet you halfway, because it always does. You were made for this. The story of your success will not be written in one day, but it can begin today. The question is simple. Will you write it? Or will you keep waiting for someone else to hand you the pen? In every generation, there are a few who rise. They create wealth. They live with purpose. They walk through life with confidence, direction, and peace. Others call them lucky, but luck is the lie the average tell themselves to avoid responsibility. You see, success doesn't belong to the fortunate. It belongs to the focused. It belongs to those who understand a simple truth. You will not have what you're not willing to become, and that's where most people fall short. They want the prize, but not the process. They want the glow, but not the grind. They want the reward, but refuse to meet the requirements. But here's the truth. Success is earned through thousands of small decisions made in quiet hours, earned through discipline, through early mornings, through late nights, earned when no one else is watching, earned when the only applause comes from within. Every truly successful person begins with one thing, a vision, a clear, unwavering picture in their mind of who they will become. They don't let their current circumstances define their future. They don't allow their past to place limits on their potential. They decide, this is who I will be, and then they begin the journey to become it. Now ask yourself, what is your vision? Not your hopes, not your vague wishes. I mean your clear, written, detailed vision of who you will be in 5 years, 10 years. Because if you don't define success, the world will define it for you. And the world's version of success is mediocrity with a mask. Success always comes with a cost. You must trade comfort for growth. You must give up short-term pleasure for long-term peace. You must exchange ease for evolution. While most people scroll and sleep, you will rise and build. While others gossip and complain, you will study and move. And while they make excuses, you will make progress. The journey to success is not supposed to be easy, but it is simple. Get clear on who you want to become. Decide what must be done, and then do it, every single day, whether you feel like it or not. You will lose people. You will outgrow environments. You will be misunderstood. That's the price of becoming more than you are. There are 3 things that every successful person must master: faith, focus, and fortitude. Faith. Faith in the unseen. Faith in your calling. Faith in the process, even when results seem distant. Because success begins long before it is visible to others. Focus. In a world filled with distraction, your ability to focus is a superpower. Eliminate what doesn't serve you. Learn to say no, and protect your energy like your future depends on it, because it does. Fortitude. The strength to endure, the willingness to keep going, not just when it's easy, but when it's hard, when doubt whispers, when failure visits, when everything in you wants to quit. Fortitude is the quiet resolve that says, I will not be denied. Do not build for applause. Build for results. The world does not owe you celebration. You are not here to be seen. You are here to be effective. Let your results speak. Let your work echo louder than your words. Let your life prove that you were serious. Because the truth is, success rarely announces its arrival. It shows up gradually, through habit, through momentum, through mastery, until one day you wake up and realize you've become the person you once imagined. You want success more than anything? Then act like it. Let your daily routine reflect your future lifestyle. Let your discipline reflect your destiny. Work harder on yourself than anything else. Outgrow your excuses. Outlast your fear. Outwork your circumstances. Your future is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Choose to rise. Choose to commit. Choose to keep going, even when you fail. Because failure isn't the end. It's feedback. It's the signal that says, keep digging. You're close. When you get to the end of your life, no one will care how many followers you had. No one will remember how fast you got there. What matters is who you became on the way. Were you bold? Were you relentless? Did you live with intention? Did you lead with integrity? Did you answer the call that was placed in your heart? That is success. You don't have to be perfect. You only need to be willing. Willing to start, willing to grow, willing to stay the course. If you do that truly, wholeheartedly, success will not be a question. It will be your reality because you earned it. There comes a moment in every life when you must stop waiting. waiting for permission, waiting for motivation, waiting for the right time. That moment is now. Because whether you realize it or not, you are becoming something every single day. The question is, are you becoming who you truly want to be, or who the world is shaping you to be by default? The greatest power you possess, the one thing that separates you from every other form of life, is your ability to decide. Not wish, not hope. Decide. Right now, you can decide to change your life. You can decide to walk away from excuses. You can decide to pursue mastery. You can decide that the life you've been living is no longer enough. Most people never do. Most live by reaction. They wake up, respond to problems, and end each day no better than the last. But not you. Because deep inside you is a fire, a desire to be more, to do more, to rise above average, and that desire will either fade into regret or fuel your rise to greatness. Success begins with identity. You do not get what you want, you get what you are. A man cannot outperform his self-image. A woman cannot rise beyond what she believes she's worth. That's why the first battle is not in the world. It's in the mirror. Who do you believe you are? Do you see yourself as someone capable, worthy, strong enough to carry the weight of a dream and disciplined enough to deliver it? Because until you do, success will remain a concept, distant and unreachable. You must become the person your goals require. You must think like them, move like them, speak like them. Now, not when it's convenient, not after the money shows up. You must adopt the identity before the rewards. That's the law. A seed can only grow in the right soil. The same is true for your dreams. If you continue to surround yourself with people who think small, fear change, and worship comfort, you will slowly forget that you were born for more. You must protect your environment, cut the noise, choose your circle wisely, fill your ears with wisdom, fill your space with purpose, because you will always rise or fall to the level of your environment. It's not just about where you are. It's about what you allow. You were not created to blend in. You were created to build something, something only you can build. And if that means walking alone for a while, so be it. Time is not the issue. The problem is how we use it. You've been given the same 24 hours as every billionaire, the same 24 hours as every master. What separates them is intention. 1 hour with focus is worth more than 10 hours of distraction. Your life today is a reflection of your habits yesterday, and your life tomorrow, it will be shaped by what you do after this video ends. The compound effect is always working. The question is it working for you or against you? Small disciplines, daily effort, invisible wins. That's the secret. Not flashy, not glamorous, but effective. You say you want success, then prepare to be tested. Because life will ask, how bad do you want it? And it will not believe your words, only your actions. Pain will come, doubt will visit. You will question yourself. That's not failure, that's the price. Most turn back. They quit when it gets hard, not knowing that right past the pressure is the version of themselves they've been chasing. But you are not most people. You've been called, chosen. And if you want what few have, you must endure what few can handle. Why are you here? What were you born to build, to give, to leave behind? Because success without meaning is failure dressed in gold. The real reward isn't the house, the car, the account. It's knowing that you lived your life on purpose. It's knowing that you answered the call. Don't waste your time chasing shadows. Build something real. Become someone solid, so that when your time is done, you won't leave confusion. You'll leave a legacy. So now the question remains, what are you going to do? Keep wishing, keep explaining your potential instead of proving it? Or will you decide, truly decide, that this is the moment your life begins to change? Every second you hesitate, someone else is building. Every excuse you make, someone else is executing. Every day you delay, someone else is deciding. Success waits for no one. There comes a time in a person's life when they must ask a question that echoes through every hallway of the soul. Am I truly living or merely existing? Because existing is easy, but to live, truly live, is to rise above comfort and walk a road few are willing to travel. That road is called success, and it does not bend to the wishes of the lazy. It does not answer to the doubters. It belongs to those who want it more than air. If that's you, then keep listening. Look around you. The world is full of people, good people, who never became what they were meant to become. Not because they weren't capable, but because they settled. Settled for what was easy. Settled for what was common. Settled for what society told them was enough. And now they live quiet lives of regret, silently haunted by the question, what if I had tried harder? But let me tell you something that most will never say out loud. Average is a disease. It infects your thoughts, weakens your discipline, numbs your ambition, and unless you make the decision to rise above it, it will kill your dreams slowly without ever making a sound. You are not here to survive. You are here to become, to evolve, to dominate your space, to use every ounce of potential buried inside you. But potential means nothing if you refuse to act. Success is not a result. It is an identity. You must become the kind of person who refuses to quit, who is allergic to excuses, who shows up even when motivation disappears, because the truth is, motivation is temporary, but identity is permanent. And when your identity aligns with your vision, no force on earth can stop you. You won't always feel like showing up. That's not a flaw. That's reality. But winners don't rely on feelings. They rely on standards. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Every successful person you admire, every high performer, every self-made millionaire, every world-class athlete has learned the power of doing what needs to be done, especially when they don't feel like it. And so must you. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll die waiting. Start now. Show up broken. Show up tired. Show up scared. But just show up. Success is not cheap. It's earned in the fire. You will be tested. You will face delays. You will want to quit. That's not punishment. That's proof. Proof that what you're building is valuable. Nothing worth having comes without resistance. When the storms come, and they will, you must not bow. You must stand. Because every hardship you survive becomes the foundation you stand on later. Every setback is a setup. Every failure is fuel, but only if you keep moving. Most won't, but you're not most. The battlefield is not out there. It's in here. Your mind is the gatekeeper of your destiny. What you think, you eventually believe. What you believe, you eventually become. And if you fill your head with doubt, distractions, and drama, you'll never have space for vision, for strategy, for success. Guard your inputs. Read the books. Listen to wisdom. Turn off the noise. Most people are mentally obese, consuming garbage all day and wondering why their life is stuck. You must feed your mind what you want to see in your future, because thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs build reality. Part 6. The Price of Freedom. Freedom is not free. Financial freedom, mental freedom, spiritual freedom. It all costs something. The price is sacrifice. While others sleep, you study. While others scroll, you build. While others complain, you execute. That's the price. And if you're willing to pay it, success is inevitable. Not overnight, but over time, your consistency becomes unstoppable. Every choice either moves you closer or pushes you further. Choose well. Don't try to build the whole house in a day. Just lay one perfect brick every single day. Show up, improve, learn, repeat. If you do that for the next 365 days, you'll look back and not recognize your old self. Because success is not an explosion. It's a construction process, one that most abandon because they want instant rewards, but not you. You're playing the long game. You're not chasing dopamine. You're building dominion. Now comes the moment of truth. Will you go back to your comfort zone? Back to distractions? Back to complaints? Back to a version of yourself that has already proven it can't take you where you want to go? Or will you decide that today is the line in the sand? That from this moment forward, you will no longer negotiate with mediocrity, because the clock is ticking, and time will expose what you truly wanted. Not what you said you wanted, but what you worked for. This is not about motivation. This is about transformation, and transformation begins with a decision to reject average, a decision to become unstoppable, a decision to finally become the person you were always meant to be. The world is not waiting, and success will not wait either. So stand up, lock in, and make your life the most undeniable proof that you were here. and you mattered. Because from this moment forward, you will never be the same. If you are not where you want to be right now, if you're still behind on your dreams, still wondering why things haven't clicked, still stuck in the gap between your potential and your results, there's a reason. And it's not bad luck. It's not your upbringing. It's not the algorithm. The truth is hard, but it's freeing. You haven't made it yet, because you haven't fully committed. Most people think they've committed. They say the words, they write down the goals, they buy the planners, but deep down, they're still negotiating. Negotiating with sleep, negotiating with doubt, negotiating with distractions. And life does not reward negotiators. Life rewards the person who says, I'm going to win, or I'm going to die trying, but I'm not leaving empty-handed. That's what it takes. And if you haven't made that decision yet, it's no mystery why you're stuck. You don't need another pep talk. You don't need another vision board. What you need is a higher standard. Right now, your standards are dictating your results. You go as far as your discipline allows, and no further. That's the brutal math of success. Your habits today are creating your ceiling tomorrow. If you tolerate laziness, if you keep hitting snooze, if you keep letting people waste your time, then stop asking why your life hasn't changed. Your results are trying to wake you up. Are you listening? Everyone wants the glory, but few want the grind. You see someone successful and think, they're lucky. But you didn't see the nights they cried. You didn't see the months of doubt. You didn't see the sacrifices they made in silence. Because becoming someone of value will break you first. It will strip away your comfort, your old identity, your coping habits, your excuses, until there's nothing left but purpose and fire. And then, brick by brick, you build. Not because it's easy, but because quitting is no longer an option. Most people chase success to prove something, to prove they're good enough, to prove they're not a failure, to prove they're better than who doubted them. But let me give you the real truth. You don't get what you want in life. You get who you become. If you become focused, grounded, intentional, if you become the kind of person who shows up no matter what, success becomes a byproduct. You won't have to chase it. It will recognize you. It will come find you, but only when you are ready. There will never be a perfect time. There will always be a reason to delay, and the longer you wait, the heavier the regret becomes. What you put off today becomes your prison tomorrow, and one day you'll wake up and realize the opportunity is gone. Life doesn't wait. So why are you? Stop sprinting for 3 days and quitting for 30. Success is not built in bursts. It's built in rhythm, daily discipline, daily effort, daily belief, whether you feel like it or not. That's what separates the few from the many. Not talent, not money, not followers, but consistency when no one's watching. Your work ethic is your resume. It tells the world who you are, long before your mouth does. The way you show up when no one claps. The way you grind when no one's watching. That becomes your signature. People don't believe what you say, they believe what you prove. So prove it. Every single day. Even if it takes you 5 years. Even if no one notices yet. Even if you're tired. Success is watching. And it will always find the one who refused to break. You're not broken. You're just early in the process. But time is running out. You can waste another year. Or you can get serious. Today. Not tomorrow. Not when it's convenient. Right now. The life you want is still possible, but only if you make the decision. The decision to become disciplined, to become focused, to become dangerous, because the reason you haven't made it yet is not because you can't. It's because you haven't gone all in, yet. The cost of success is high, but the cost of regret is permanent. There is a quiet clock ticking behind your life. You can't hear it, but it's there. And one day, it will stop. The question is not how much time you have. The question is, what are you doing with it? Because far too many people are mistaking movement for progress, activity for achievement. But busy doesn't mean effective, and effort means nothing if it's misdirected. You're not too old, you're not too late, but you are too distracted. Every minute you give away to meaningless scrolling, shallow conversations, and false urgency is a minute you'll never get back. And if your dreams are still sitting in the backseat of your life, it's because you haven't made the decision to put them first. The truth? Most people don't fail because of a lack of opportunity. They fail because of a lack of clarity. You can't build what you won't focus on, and success doesn't chase the distracted. Think about it. How many years have you repeated same habits, same excuses, same patterns? Different calendar, same results. That's not growth. That's a loop. And if you're not careful, you'll spend the next 5 years defending a version of yourself that's already expired. Success demands that you evolve, and evolution is painful, but it's necessary. Right now, you are perfectly designed to get the results you're getting. Want different results? You need a different design, a different version of you. One with stricter standards. One who refuses to negotiate with weakness. One who doesn't need applause to stay consistent. One who lives on purpose, not emotion. Because the successful version of you, they're not waiting for life to get easier. They're waiting for you to get stronger. Your life is a reflection of the choices you made and the ones you avoided. Every time you said, "I'll do it tomorrow," every time you waited for motivation, every time you chose comfort over progress, you voted against your future. But here's the beauty of life. You can start over, not with words, but with decisions, starting today. The question is, will you? You don't need more talent. You don't need more time. You don't need permission. You need discipline. Because talent fades, motivation fades, feelings fade. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. It just shows up. And when you train yourself to show up when it's boring, painful, or inconvenient, that's when you become dangerous. Because now, your success isn't controlled by emotion. It's controlled by your standards. Here's what you need to understand. Most people will not change. They'll talk about it. They'll post about it. They'll even buy the course. But they won't change. Because real change is uncomfortable. It's inconvenient. It costs you something. Comfort is the killer of greatness. But here's the truth. If you can get uncomfortable long enough, you can have what most people never will. Peace, progress, freedom. You don't need another video. You don't need more information. You already know what you need to do. Wake up earlier, focus longer, work smarter, talk less, execute more. If you started acting on what you already know, your entire life would change in less than 12 months. That's not hype. That's math. Most people are drowning in knowledge and starving in application. Don't let that be you. You are not stuck. You are not powerless. You're just one decision away. A decision to show up every day like your future depends on it. Because it does. A decision to stop explaining your dreams and start proving them. A decision to stop wasting time and start taking control of it. No one's coming to save you. But you don't need a rescue. You need a reason. And if freedom, legacy, and purpose aren't enough of a reason, then maybe average really is your final destination. But I don't think that's true. Because you're still here. Still listening. Still fighting for more. You were born with everything you need. The gifts, the fire, the calling. But now, it's on you. Use it. Build it. Become it. Because one day, the clock will stop. And when it does, make sure your life doesn't say, "I waited," but instead shouts, "I gave it everything."